Okay, so here is the book, and what I think I'm going to do, because we are already really well into this video, is I'm going to show you the basics and then get into it in the next video. So it just comes out of the pouch like that, nothing crazy. Like I said, this is the largest book I have ever in my life made. It is huge. It measures... The spine is anywhere from 5 inches to 5 1/4 inches. It's approximately 8 1/4 inches wide by 10 5/8 inches long. It has 6 signatures. There's probably over 200 pages in here. And I've made a rounded spine, and it's hollow. The cover I did from layered chipboards. I wanted it to be nice and thick and sturdy. And then I just used some coffee dyed and tea dyed summer vintage, summer not vintage muslins. And I made this panel on the front and then glued the muslin in a way. It was already wrinkled, but I wanted to kind of glue it in a way where it stayed wrinkled, so that's what I did. And then I just took inks, a couple of different inks, and also black soot, and then I used my vintage gold Prima metallic wax, and I went to town. So I'll give you a better view. There's some metal corner pieces, and you can see the latches are also metal, and then the metal corners as well. I didn't want to do too much to it. It leaves her a little bit, excuse me, a little bit of space to do what she likes, if she wants to put a label on here or what have you. And the book is extremely embellished inside. So here's the spine, and as you can see, it's basically expanded as much as it can expand. But like I said, she is also a journal maker. Sorry guys, I had a frog in my throat. So she can do whatever she needs to do to make this more suited to her and her needs. So I've got ridges on the spine, more of the gold along the edges, and then this is what the back looks like. The closure is just two very like tattered, old looking, there's like three layers plus some Tyvek in these, so they are going to last. They're nice and strong. More muslin that I've inked, and it's frayed, so it just wraps around to the back. And then I added these metal pieces to kind of disguise the ends, but it also makes it look like an actual tome. I think it gives it more of that character. It does look tight, but it's not. There is still enough space for her to stuff this thing to the brim. So to open it up, you just press down and undo the latches. Ooh, I was thinking once I got on camera it'd be a lot harder. Of course, because that's going to happen on camera. So we're going to open it up. Look at this goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I said, it's huge. The inside covers I left plain because, like I said, if she wants to add like pockets or anything, you know how I normally do library pockets in the front and stuff like that, she can most certainly she'll have the ability to do that if she wants. And then two, I did want to note, this book is quite stiff right now. I've tried my best to loosen it up as much as I can, but it's all fabric and stuff, so it will loosen up over time, and as she uses it and, you know, carries it around, it'll become more tattered and more vintage and more old looking, and that's why I really wanted to use like this wrinkled muslin texture. So alright, so like I said, this is a spell and recipe tome. So the first half of the book, or the first 3 signatures, are going to be spells and fortunes. Well, I just used this Tim Holtz metal tag, but it's all the spells. And then the second half of the book is going to be her recipes, her potions, her elixirs, her tea mixes. I mean, whatever it is that she wants to make, she'll be able to keep her recipes in there. So, and like I said, I did continue the story throughout. It's not too extensive or too in depth with the story, but I did want it to kind of flow. So the first half is going to be like more witchy. The second half is going to be like more nature, I guess. And you'll see what I mean. So guys, if you have a question about any paper or material that I've used, just ask me down below. I used so many collections in this book, it's going to be hard to remember everything. Okay, so this tab here, I've used a lot of handmade paper as well. It's one of those thick handmade papers, and I've just made a tab with this Tim Holtz thingy. It says Spells and Fortunes. I've added a little snippet of lace and some stickers, and this is DCWWV, I believe. Alright, so this is the first page. This is where our girl is going to be, and lots of sewing in here as well, lots of mixed media. So this is a window pocket with some really cool vellum that I thought looked like agate or, you know, layered stone. Thought that was neat. Just got a little collage with skeleton leaves and feathers. It says A Wondrous Witch. Inside, an invocation of power. I don't know, like, if this is true or not, but it's just a really neat little thingy to add in there. And then the tag with the photo of our lady will be in here, our young witch. Some coffee dyed tracing paper. Okay, here is another pocket. This is a hand dyed lace here. Some sari silk, and there's a little altered tag here. This is probably a clothing tag. There's a little spell book charm, and then some sorry guys, some die cuts, a little vellum flower, and then a wax seal. And this is just an altered envelope. So I've used different papers and stuff, lots of gold leaf and glitterific, and there's a wax seal on the back. This is actually a drawer pull that I used, and a little bit of Velcro. And inside is spells. So this is a little faux leather little booklet, just plain blank pages so she can add whatever she likes. And one thing that I noticed from a couple of her videos with her other spell books and stuff is that she likes to have plenty of envelopes to put different things in, so I wanted to make sure she had some of those. And I did include some ledger paper because it's great for making lists. So there's a bunch of ledger paper throughout, little things, little ephemera pieces like this, some sprayed paper here, and a little paper clip charm. And then on a few pages, you can see, I'm going to bring you guys closer. Okay, I think that'll be a little bit better. So you'll see on a few of these pages, I've just done squares of these really gorgeous fabrics, a little paper clip charm, and then this is a dyed glassine envelope, and I've actually done embossing on it as well. Added a little butterfly, and inside are 8 tools of the witch. Just a little fun piece of ephemera to add in here. I know some of these things are probably not going to be indicative of the purpose of this book, so she can take those out, use it in her grimoire or her book of shadows or anything. That's like totally cool. This is all for her to do with what she wishes. Lots of leaf trim and fun sewing. There's a little pocket here. It's fabric with, there's some feathers here. Inside is one of these ruler things from Kim. I just liked the quote, so I just inked that up and put it in there for fun. And then there are a few of these little fold-out thingy-mabobbers in the book. Lots of layering, and of course, as I always do, plenty of charms and stuff. Some torn coffee-dyed paper. This is some of the handmade paper here. and paper clip to it. There's a little charm with a bell. It says cherish. These I had a lot of fun making. There's 3 of these in the book. So I just what's her name? This is from Mrs. Cog's Beautiful Witches kit. So I've used quite a few of those photos as well. Little charm here. And so it just opens up like this, and it's a gessoed book page. I normally make little envelopes out of them, but I just made it a folder, like a little folder, and collaged a bunch of different papers and Tim Holtz wallpaper, handmade flocked paper here, and then just a little poem from a vintage poetry book from April, I believe. So I just got that paper clipped to the page. And then this, of course, I don't know if you guys know who Gibbet is, but I got this from her. She did this on a like mermaid or sea themed journal that she did, and it was so gorgeous. So I've inked up some tracing paper with alcohol ink, and you're going to see quite a few of these throughout the book. And then on one side of them, I have just done a little bit of doodling. So there's some stars, some little gold dots of paint, just for fun. Coffee dyed and inked paper. These are some of my favorites. So it's just a little collage of some witchy ladies. This says, "Ghost of the departed, rest in peace. You are dearest to my heart." So maybe these were photos of her mother or someone in her family or a friend. And I used dictionary pages with words that correspond to the theme, of course. There's a little paper pocket here, super cute. There was an old woman who rode on a broom with a "Hi, gee ho, gee humble," and she took her old cat behind for a groom with a humble bumble bumble. It's cute, but it's just a little pocket with some of the ephemera from that DCWV kit, and then with scraps of the handmade paper, because these will be fun to write on or draw on. I've used I think these are from TaylorMadeJournals or IlopaOnline. Like I said, I'll list it below. Lots of glitterific and fun stuff on there. Beautiful laces. The center of each signature has a witch in some kind of setting. So, as I said, she's going through this magic forest. She's meeting other witches or other people like her. They may not be nice people. They may be good people. But each one is like a scene of someone that maybe she's come across. And they all have one of these, I said a cross. Each one has one of these little Tim Holtz thingies. This one says she cast a wicked spell, and just had a lot of fun with the trims and stuff. And all these are hand dyed sari silks. And a little charm here with a bell. This is the other side of the dictionary page. It says, "Elmira is a curious woman. Her eyes were dark." So maybe that's someone she knew or she met. There's a little pocket here, definition for supernatural, and an altered playing card. Another beautiful card from Priscilla. Here it says, "Held her spellbound." Coffee dyed paper. And I did post these on my Instagram, but I had a lot of fun using the Mrs. Cog's Beautiful Witches kit. It was just so inspiring. So I made these tags, and they're all different. They all have different material at the top, and I just had some fun with mixed media. There's gold thread, there's painted wooden stars, there's these little like dewdrop flatback thingies, and there's like a rusted star here, and it says, "In the middle a boiling cauldron, all this great power, magic on the wind, feel my soul." So I've used Tim Holtz snippets as well as snippets from actual books that I went through. And so that's the first of those tags. Here's another one of those cool alcohol ink paper ones. And this one I've just doodled like some little dangly things. More, this is the other side of the handmade paper, and on the bottom here I've just got an eyelet with a tag that I made. It says "Cast a spell," and then maybe she can write a little spell or something back there. Everything has charms as usual. There's it may be hard, well, you can see it a little. There's gold splats on these pages as well. I loved this star paper. I think it came from Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. It's just a little pocket here with the Wheel of the Year. So these are like I guess you would call them seasons that they follow, which are pretty cool, and they always do something, some kind of special event or celebration. Like they have Yule, we have Christmas, and so on and so forth. So there's some metal embellishing down here, sequins, stars, and then this gorgeous gold trim. Inside is another of these altered envelopes. I have these Mexican bingo cards that I thought were really awesome, so I wanted to use some of them. Some really cool like tarot washi tape from Priscilla, embossing here, and then I've added a little charm to make it easier to open. It's got Velcro, and inside, from the ChaosSisters, I think, these are the spell cards that I printed out for her to use. So this one's just coffee dyed, inked, and sewn around the edges. So that way she can draw or do whatever she likes with it. But I had fun altering all the envelopes and things. So as usual, lots of leaf trim, plenty of space to write, even though she told me to go crazy, so I went crazy. There's a little charm here, and another of these fabric squares with this pretty moon. More ledger here. I loved how this pocket turned out. This paper, this Anna Griffin paper is so gorgeous, but I've added these paper flowers throughout as well, these white ones, because her favorite color is white. A little bit more gibbet there where she does the sewn lines, and I've just added coffee dye paper there to help. Little metal leaf, some fussy cutting here, and then this is a card I got from Lori a couple of years ago, and I've been hoarding them. I was like, well, maybe I should just use some. The little tab. Beautiful paper here. It's that coffee dye tracing paper, and then this is the last page. So it is an embossed and inked and like waxed glassine bag, and then a lace band across, and the bottom here it says Moonlight and Magic. So this is from that paper collection, and then this is a little tag that I made with some die cuts and washi tapes and all kinds of fun stuff. It's just a little round tag, and then in the top here I've made a few of these altered tags as well, so I kind of just had a lot of fun with layering. And this one's neat. It's one of my favorites because it's got a fold out here, and then inside is also a little sheet of paper tucked behind this leaf I fussy cut, and it says In the Shadow of the Trees, and a charm with some turquoise, so she can use up that little bit of space to write, put a little secret in there, close it back up. So that's pretty fun. Alright, and that's the last page of the very first signature. There's this Tim Holtz charm that says, what lies before us and what lies behind us are small matters compared to what lies within us. And I thought that went really well with the whole theme of this book. So I'm going to end this here, and I will come back with the next part so you guys can see the rest of the book. So don't forget to bring your snacks, take your pee breaks, get you a cup of tea or coffee, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to spread the love. Bye!